Hi, Assalamualaikum. Today we will present about Chapter 7, which is Securities Listing in Malaysia. I, Nur Alia Shaidah, with my other group members, Auni Nur Shazwani, Aisyah, Wan Nur Akila, Siti Nur Fariza, and Nur Nadira will present one by one. I will start with the advantages of flotation. First, access to equity capital with the new shares issues in flotation will making easier to investor and enable it to grow faster, because when being quoted in market value on shares can issue new shares to target the vendors of companies instead of using cash borrowings. Second, a flotation allowing to key management and employees by granting the shares will encourage and motivate the employees to work with long terms. Management and employees will be able to see the market price for their shares and options on a daily basis and will be able to sell their shares more easily than private company. Okay, lastly, will increasing public profile in the eyes of customers, suppliers, financial community, and the media, which can improve credit rating. And some of customers prefer buying from public company, and intangible benefit is often overlooked. Okay, thank you from me.
Disadvantages of security listing. So the first one is higher reporting requirement. So going public means additional obligations and reporting requirement, as public company have to comply with a wide range of regulatory requirements and meet accepted standard of corporate governance. So for instance, listed company must prepare comprehensive audited financial statement and publish annual reports. Second one is accountability to public shareholders. So independent shareholder may be critical of the performance of the company if actual trading results do not match the shareholders' expectation. As such, when running the firm, company owners will have to consider the interests of the shareholders, which may differ from their objective. Last but not least is high cost of listing. The amount of management time and the significant costs associated with a flotation and ongoing listing should never be underestimated from the process of flotation itself, and which can take many months to the time-consuming administration of regular and constant announcement.
So, what is a listing in Bursa? Bursa Malaysia has in place a sound and robust regulatory framework in admitting, monitoring and supervising issuers on the main market, SEA market and LEAP market through the respective listing requirements. But I would not explain about the listing requirements, because that one is my friend will be presenting about that. So functions of listings in Bursa, such as review and process application, disclosures and continuing listing obligation, monitor sponsor for the ACE market, monitor advisor for the LEAP market, and listing advisory. So all this function is actually to ensure a fair and orderly market, as well as to build and maintain the integrity of our markets and investors' confidence. So the listings team is entrusted with the primary role as the frontline regulator to admit, monitor, and supervise listed issuers. Now I'll pass to the next presenter.
So next is flotation in Bursa. Flotation means the amount of shares that are available for the general investing public to buy and sell. This does not include restricted stock held by insiders. However, if insiders eventually sell their stock in the market, these shares become part of the float. So, to float the securities of a company on Bursa Malaysia Securities Berhad, the first one is the company must meet the various requirements of the SC as set out in its equity guidelines. And the second one is the company must comply with the listing requirements of Bursa Malaysia Securities Berhad.
Next, let's look at the equity guideline of Bursa Malaysia Securities Berhad. The equity guidelines were formulated to ensure a fair and consistent application of policy. According to the paragraph 1.01 of the equity guidelines, only the following corporate proposal will require the SC approval under Section 212 of the CMSA 2007. First is the issues and offerings of equity securities. Second is the listing of corporation and quotation of securities on the main market of Bursa Malaysia Securities Berhad. And lastly, the proposal which result in significant change in the business direction or policy of corporations listed on the main market. The guiding principle behind these guidelines is to first, to uphold listed corporation interests. Second is to offer investor protection and maintain investors' confidence. And lastly, third, to safeguard the capital market standing and integrity. There are some of the guiding principles in the equity guideline, which is first, issuers must meet minimum requirements for quality, size, operational experience, and management expertise in order to be eligible for listings. Second, in order for investors to properly evaluate the issuer, the proposal, and the securities being offered, issuer and their advisors must properly disclose material information and ensure that it is accurate and complete. Third, issuers, their officers, directors, and advisors are required to uphold the high standard of corporate accountability, integrity, and responsibility. Fourth, directors of an issuer must act in the best interest of all shareholders, especially when a related party has a significant stake in a deal the issuer enters into. Fifth, all holders of securities shall be treated equally and fairly and shall be consulted on all material issues. Lastly, issuer's proposal must not jeopardize the interests of the general public. The Security Commission may take the following action against people who have been found to have violated the equity guidelines, among others, which is first, tell the offender to follow the rules by directing them to do so. Second, assess a fine of up to 500,000 ringgit on the offender in proportion to how serious the violation is. Third is rectify the offending party. Fourth, order the breach to be remedied or the impact of the breach to be lessened, including making restitution. Or lastly, refuse to accept or take into account the breaching party's submission. That's all from me. I will pass to the next presenter.
Now, I will continue the listing requirement for Bursa Malaysia Security Berhad. The listing requirement of Bursa Malaysia tell companies that want to be listed what they need to do, how they should market any securities they want to sell, and what their going obligations are. So Bursa Malaysia only allows qualified entities to be listed. Bursa Malaysia also listing requirement to ensure to protect the investors. So this is based off general principles for Bursa Malaysia. All applicants will be certain quality and have a record of operations of adequate duration. So the listed issuers will inform investors and the publics of all relevant information. So directors, officers, advisors of listed issuers will act in the best interest of the corporations as a whole, and particularly where the public represents only a minority of shareholders, or where directors or major of shareholders have material interest in transaction enter into the by listed issuers. So that's all from us. Thank you.